Hello there and welcome to the Liverpool versus Leicester preview. It's actually happening tonight, but I've obviously been a bit lackadaisical in getting the video done. And I wanted to wait on last night's results as well so I can talk about them as well, just a little bit. But it's mainly about Liverpool. What are we going to do? How are we going to line up? And what are we looking like in terms of injuries? Now, first off, it was been rumoured all week long, weekend and all that sort of stuff. You know, Virgil van Dijk's been battling he's been battling illness. And it might not be a good time for him. He might actually miss his first game. That was all the things coming out from Sky Sports. It was coming out from Bleacher Report, different sources in there saying that Van Dijk was going to miss his very first Premier League game in a very long time. However, Jurgen Klopp gave his press conference yesterday, which was very good, and I like to wait for the press conference as well, saying that Van Dijk, yeah, he's been struggling with a bit of illness, but he's trained and he'll train again. He trained yesterday. He'll do whatever they're doing today before the match. He'll be in the squad. He should be absolutely fit and firing. So maybe the media are just trying to cook something up against Liverpool. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems like something the media would do. So what we should expect then, and I think, not 100% sure, but is Lovren meant to be back for this game? Now, I believe he was meant to be back for this game, or is it after this game? I think it's for this game, which puts us in not a bad spot, to be honest, because if Lovren's back, Matip's already back, Van Dijk is there, we're not looking too bad. Now, there's one thing that we will be missing, one man that we will be missing definitely, which is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, he could be missing this game as well as the next two. So, playing right back, not entirely sure, because obviously Milner is suspended because he picked up a red card last week against Palace, or the week before, because we haven't played in a while. We haven't played in like 11 days or something like that. So, playing right back, I don't know exactly. I don't know how we're going to do that. Obvious option for me that sticks out in my mind, because it's his place in his national team most of the time, is Fabinho. Fabinho is versatile enough that he could play there. Hopefully we don't have to do like when Milner got sent off and we put Bobby Firmino there. I don't know. Let's not do that. Let's not put Bobby Firmino at right back. I think he could go with Fabinho, which is disappointing because it takes him out of midfield. But again, it makes that defence much more solid. There's so many different permutations that you could have with this team. If we can't figure out a right back sort of solution or whatever, you could also go for a 3-back, which is dangerous because we've not played one this season as far as I'm aware, where you could have Van Dijk, Lovren and Matip, and then you could then use just your wide players. I don't think we'll do that. I think you will be looking at someone either like having Fabinho in there, or the young Netherlands guy, Can Hover, might have absolutely butchered his name there, or it might I don't know. That the young guy who played against Wolves in the cup game, and he played very well. He didn't, he's 16. I think he's 17 now. He's just turned 17. He did not do anything wrong in that game. He looked quite good, but he obviously looks like a young player. But even so, that could be an option there. It could happen. I don't exactly know how else we're going to line up. I think we should be going as full bore as we can. Gini Wijnaldum is expected to be back for this game as well, which is huge, because then that makes that, if we do have to put Fabinho down at right back, then we've still got Gini Wijnaldum in the midfield, who will most likely partner like Henderson, Naby Keita possibly, Shaqiri possibly. We've got options. We've had a lot of time off. In between where like other teams have been playing FA Cup games, they've been playing every 3 or 4 days. We have had rest. We have had a lot of rest. And our team should be chomping at the bit to get into this game and win. Obviously, there's a different, there's another added level to it now. We still remain 4 points ahead in front of Manchester City. And it is, while people, and I say it as well about Liverpool, I always say it, that there is no easy game in the Premier League. But when you look and you see, oh man, Man City are going to face Newcastle, not a chance in hell did I think that was going to be a draw. Never mind Newcastle going out there and winning it. Especially after Man City came out and scored after 24 seconds in the first half. And you're just thinking, these guys are going to absolutely blitz it. Unreal. They're going, they had a very strong lineup out. They had a very stupidly strong lineup out when you had like Sterling, Leroy Sané, Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne. You had so many of their players that were in there. Kyle Walker, Ederson in goal. They did not, from what I could tell, they didn't rest players. They did not rest players. So they went out there and lost 2-1 to Newcastle. And now obviously the Liverpool fan base is just like, yes, we're 10 feet tall. We're going to go 7 points ahead. Let's keep a bit of a measured, let's keep a measured approach here. And a lot of people don't like taking a measured approach. They don't like what they call, I'm not taking this, let's not count our chickens yet. I do because I want us to be successful. But I also don't want to embarrass ourselves by saying, oh, we're going to go 7 points ahead, Man City, blah, 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 blah. Leicester do pose problems. Leicester may not be very good defensively. We saw that against Wolves when that game finished 4-3. They could have held it for 3-3. They came back into that game and they could have held it, but the defence just crumbled. The defence just did not hold up whatsoever. But they carry threats moving forward. You cannot discount the fact of having Jamie Vardy in there. Alright, they don't have Riyad Mahrez anymore, but Vardy is still a very threatening player. They've still got threatening players. James Maddison looks like a very creative player in the midfield, and he will be looking to feed Jamie Vardy. We have to make sure we cut that out, obviously, but we cannot just dismiss Leicester because it's Leicester and they're not like a top 6 team or anything like that. In the years past, and maybe I am going a little bit, this year's been different in some ways, but we have been undone in the past by teams lower than us, lower than the top 6. We've been done by teams that were in the relegation zone, before. And I'm just wary of getting too far ahead of ourselves. Yes, Man City lost. But now, Man City losing does not give me any pleasure. Man City losing didn't make me just jump up in the air and be like, oh, get in there. Man City have lost. Boom. It didn't. It honestly didn't, because it means nothing. Man City losing means absolutely nothing if we don't take advantage and go and win our game tonight. And that is what we have to do more than anything. You've got to focus on us. You have to focus on us. You can't focus on Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City, other teams that are maybe coming up. Obviously Man United went on that massive winning streak, and they drew last night against Burnley. Can't focus on other teams. Cannot focus on other teams. Just got to focus on us. Just got to focus on us. And that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm doing anyway. I couldn't care less whether Man City had won last night and drew last night or lost. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. It's all about whether we win. That's all I'm bothered about. And I think our lineup hopefully will reflect, and it will hopefully will be energetic enough to take it to Leicester. Starting lineup for me: Alisson in goal, obviously. Robbo at left back. Van Dijk and Lovren if he's back. Otherwise it'll be Van Dijk and Matip. Now at right back, depends. Honestly, depends. I think it could be Fabinho, because I can't see where another option is going to come from, unless miraculously Trent Alexander-Arnold appears. I don't think so. Could be an outside shout for the 16-year-old Hover to get a shot there, but I think I'm going to go conservative in my prediction and say it's going to be Fabinho at right back. In the midfield, I think we're going to see Gini Wijnaldum. I think we're going to see Henderson. I think we could see Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Shaqiri. Don't think Naby Keita will make it into the midfield. I just don't think he's necessarily firing enough in this current setup anyway. But could be wrong, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. Wijnaldum, Henderson, Shaqiri. That is going to be my midfield, depending on how it sets up as well. But they're the players I'm choosing. And then you've got to go with Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, and Mohamed Salah as well. Those guys have got to be in there. And if we can go with that lineup, and then we don't play again until Monday night, which again I think we play against West Ham. If we go there with that lineup, I feel that we can get the victory. I really do feel that we can get the victory. We've had 11 days off. We've got no excuses to say things like fatigue or anything like that. We cannot. We can't even really use injuries anymore. The only person that we've got injured out of the starting 11, realistically, apart from Joe Gomez, is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that's just how it is. So, sorry, my cat's making weird noises. I think she's seen something in the window. So, we've got no excuses to not go out there and absolutely give it our best, give a good attacking display and keep it tight at the back. I don't think we've got any excuses at all. And I'm hoping that we can go out there. Can't even remember if we're playing at home or not, but I think we can go out there, we can get a victory, and I think we can get a 2-0 victory to Liverpool. That's just how I see it, and I hope that we do. Fingers crossed. Anyway, we've seen worse things happen before, but hopefully we can go out there and get the victory. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Starting lineup, everything like that. Is there anything I missed? I probably have, because it's me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.